Shalom.
Shalom.
All praises to
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect feet and sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, for the world ignorantly calls God. That's his true name. Ba'ashim means in the name of. Yahushai is the true name of the Son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name is Yahushai. And once again, Lord willing, an edifying lesson. We're going to be speaking about the triumphant of the wicked is short. And so we're going to bring this precept out first. Job 20:5, it says that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Okay? So these wicked people that you see around you, or you see them walking around freely, or whatever the case might be, they really don't have much time. Okay, you know, the only reason why they're here, man, is just to play their role.
Their lot.
You got something? You want to bring it?
No, their lot. You know, their life here is nothing but for a vapor. It's a very short moment in the eyes of the Lord. You know, and they're gonna enjoy their little bit of time that they have left. That's all they can do.
You gotta remember the scriptures talk about basically I'm gonna bring this out. I believe it's in Second Esdras. It talks about those born in vain. Yeah, Second Esdras 9:22. It says, "Let the multitude perish then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant for which great labor have I made it perfect." Well, let the multitude perish, okay, which were born in vain. And there's a lot of these people, they were just born for vain purposes, just to do some other thing. You know what I'm saying? And what they actually do is not really valuable to the Lord, you know, which the world ignorantly calls God. His true name is Yahweh. I don't know if I messed that up earlier, so I wanted to bring that up, but they're not really profitable unto our Heavenly Father, right? I'm going to continue. So let my grape be kept, and my plant for which great labor have I made it perfect. That's a lot, okay? We're likened unto what was that cluster of grapes, right? But these people, these wicked people, they might look like they have favor in the eyes of the Lord because they have riches and stuff, but no, that actually doesn't mean that. You know, it's actually the complete opposite, because the scriptures speak about the Lord, he chastises those who love, roughly paraphrasing, right? That these people actually, the Lord's not chastising them, he's only giving them a small period of joy. So the triumphant of the wicked it's for a moment, okay? You see people, that's why amongst our community, Jake, a lot of them tend to, they might not be satisfied with their job or whatever. They might start tending to illegal activities like scamming, because they see other Jakes making money off of it, and then they think, oh well, you know what, or I can make a lot of money like this, and I can just hit it big once, and the next thing you know, because they see other people making so-called quick gains, right? So they think they can just get away with it, but that's the thing, bro. All that is really just short-lived, bro. And you have something, or do you want me to bring?
Yeah, let me bring something out.
Yeah.
Give me a second. This is Psalms 73:3. For I was envious at the foolish, and when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, and their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. And their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and the waters full of cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth Yahweh know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain, and I have washed my hands in innocency. For all the days long I have been plagued and chastened every morning. Right? So it shows the elect, we go through trials and tribulations, but these other people, they get to enjoy the fatness of the earth. They walk around with their chest puffed up. And give an example before I continue. You go to any beach city in America on the coast, these people got $20-30 million homes, paying $11,000 a month in HOA.
Oh,
Not a fucking.
they're paying for it, and they're not even living there.
They're not even living. They don't even know. They don't even think about that. They're throwing $10,000-$20,000 a month in subscription fees towards things that they don't even get to see. They have money up the fucking gazoo.
But no, you can't listen, bro. Like, it's just speaking honestly, right? You cannot be. You cannot desire or have what is it? Envious towards these fucking wicked people. You can't have those feelings because first of all, a lot of these people, they're miserable as fuck.
They're miserable.
And second of all, bro, you have to understand this. What they have was given for a short period of time. And they made their fucking money off of unjust means. Okay.
Well,
I'd like to bring that precept down because of unrighteous dealings.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I don't know if you can get that right after. Right?
Yeah. Can I finish this? Because
go ahead.
I'm about to be done. Psalm 73:15. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend the generation of against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, until I went to the sanctuary of Yahweh, and then I understood. Salakia. Until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou castest them down into destruction. Okay? How are they brought into desolation as in a moment they are utterly consumed with terrors? As a dream when one awaketh, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins. And going back to that other part, it says that how are they brought into desolation as in a moment they are utterly consumed with terror. So these people, when all hell breaks loose, their $1 million mansion, their nice ass fleet of cars, their expensive dinners, their ability to buy whatever they want isn't going to mean anything. It's not going to mean anything. It's going to be a matter of just survival for them. And these people can even go to the extent of saying, well, no, my daddy, my parents have prepared a bunker with food for 30 years. Or we have a secret location that we're going to move to when all hell breaks loose. Yeah, right.
The Lord will put spirit on a lot of these people. Like, they're not going to, when all hell breaks loose, they're not going to be close to those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to catch them by surprise. There's a scripture on that. I had it somewhere. I was talking about evil shall fall upon thee, and then I think they shall not be aware, or something like that. But I have this precept, right? Because I don't want to forget this. Proverbs 12:3. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. Okay, so once again, these people, you think they're establishing themselves, or they think they're progressing because they might have more money in the bank, and it grows every single day because
compounds.
But they might be doing some wicked shit. They might be scamming. They might be fucking doing whatever.
Doing OF, getting these adulterous women to just
Yeah, you have these OF agencies now. You know what I'm saying? You're getting these a bunch of women who have married women. You know what I'm saying? Now I know these women, they're basically prostitutes, but
yeah.
Basically when you have these married women, right? Then these niggas out here just pimping these women out, right? Then making money off of them, right? Then they what are they doing? They're meetups, 1,000 men, 1,000
crazy,
men,
bro.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, I was talking to your brother about this. Like, there's a difference between a pro, like a prostitute, and like one of these just sluts, bro.
Yeah, because honestly,
a prostitute, they know their job, they know their role, but these women, like, they have husbands. Right? A lot of the shit they're not even telling them, and then on top of that, like, no, these women are getting with doing challenges like 500 men in 24 hours, 1,000 men. in 24 hours, like.
Most of
And
these,
then they're making like, bro, 500,000 a month, a million a month, and you see that, and the pride in these women are like, oh, I make more money than you, blah blah blah. You gotta understand that's very short lived. Their riches aren't gonna profit them when all hell breaks loose,
and
bro.
we've seen so many situations with like women falling off balconies and getting paralyzed, and these were like top adult stars. And listen, there's a difference between, obviously, being a prostitute ain't the most valorous, I guess you could say, thing to do. But most of these pros, they know what they're doing. They're doing it as strictly business, and they're more cleaner than the rest of some of these sluts in the world, man. Because at least they're wearing, they're taking protective measures. But these like Bonnie Blue, these bitches doing these stunts and letting like 500 men just raw dog them in like a span of 24 hours. This just goes to show, man, that the Babylon juice has expelled over all the earth, man.
Oh, that's why in your house I said, the book of Matthew 21:31, he said, which of those two did the will of his father? They said unto him, the first. Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you that the publicans and harlots go into the kingdom of Yahweh before you. Okay? So even prostitutes or people who are looked down upon in the society, they're gonna be in the kingdom, bro. Okay? Because some of them, they have certain roles.
Yeah.
And they were meant just to be there to, as a, how you say it, like.
It's an example, man.
As a tool, as useful.
Because listen, let's.
Because some brothers might, go with prostitutes because, and they, what's it called? Because they don't want to be with, a fucking, a dragon in their household.
Yeah.
One of these Keishas that just fucking pay them for child support.
Yeah, they just get that transaction, and listen, there are some women, and you got to understand that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is also very merciful. At the same time, if he sees a sincere, and I mean very sincere woman, not these Keishas and head wraps talking on the Instagram, trying to break down the truth. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You bitches need to stay on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? But no, the Lord's very merciful. He understands that certain people come from different backgrounds, and if one is truly willing to repent and follow Yahweh Shema Shai in truth and sincerity, then it's up to the Lord whether he wants to deal with them or not. And that's gonna be the case, man. We rag on you women sometimes, but at the same time we do have mercy towards those that are truly sincere and that truly care. Yeah, man. Listen, these people that want to go around in the world and just they really think that they're untouchable just because they have a couple $1 million a month in their bank. They really think that nobody's gonna hurt them. They're gonna have this forever, and the scriptures talk about this.
I got that right here, Psalm 49:11. Do you have that?
No, you can bring that out, but
Yeah.
I can bring this one out after.
Yeah.
Should I bring this one out?
You can bring it out.
This was Proverbs 3:13 and 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. So, if you're a real hard worker and you're doing things with integrity, the Lord's going to bless you. And it might not even be financially. He bless you spiritually. He'll bring you around brothers that are like going to be there for you, pray for you. A faithful friend, that's worth more than millions. When you think about it, most of these top wicked elites and these people around them, they don't have true friends. They have people around them that are conniving, that are trying to take as much money as they can get, steal your juice.
Like people, they see us and they desire the what we have. The brothers that we have.
Yeah,
we're around sincere brothers, right? And
because
they want that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have it.
Yeah, and we're laboring in things that are righteous. So the Lord, He's gonna fill back into our cups. It doesn't have to just be financial gain. It could be other things as well. But these people, man, they're gonna be diminished. The Lord's gonna put an end to their little season of riches that they get.
There was this one scoffer, and he was basically making fun of the brothers, for because he didn't work, like the same job as him, because this guy basically had like a job that paid or whatever, and this guy was basically just scoffing and man, I sent curses on this fucking guy, because ultimately, these people, they think that they trust in their jobs to the point where they think that what they have is gonna make them last forever, and then their generation is gonna inherit their wealth, and they're gonna create basically what a legacy and whatever. This is Psalm 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. That's speaking about these Edomites, man, right? The rest of these heathens as well. They really think that they're gonna be here forever, man. And I mean, Esau, you gotta understand that Esau is gonna be completely exterminated, and the rest of these heathens, they're gonna get punished. Not as much as Esau, of course, but they're gonna be punished as well. You know what I'm saying? And these people, they don't realize what's, it's not gonna be like the last 250 years or whatever, or the last 100 years where they can just keep working. If you work hard, you might get lucky and get a piece of land, and then that land can go up, and you invest into the S&P 500.
Yeah.
No, this shit's about to fucking collapse. It's only going fucking down here, downhill in this society from here. You know what I'm saying? And these people say, no, you gotta look positive. You
have a positive outlook.
Positive outlook on life, and you gotta be hopeful. No, we're hopeful.
We are hopeful.
For the Lord, that the Lord destroys this fucking
Yeah,
place.
we're the hopeful elect, but we're not hoping in this society, in this system, and this going on forever. No, we're at the last.
Yeah,
We're at the last days of this place, man.
Why would we trust in society that these devils hung our people, okay? They shot our people, fed them to the gators, pushed them out of their lands, learned from them, and then stole from them, and then stole their ideas. But we want to trust these people in their society and then pay them fucking money. And
they want to act like them coming in was beneficial, because before we were like we were these stupid caveman-esque people that didn't know, man. We were the smartest people on the earth. You were the ones that stole our ideas, all right? Our people have been innovators of many different things. And what happens? These people that make these inventions, Jake, then they'll just shut them down. Nowhere to be seen after. And then Esau just takes their ideas and just runs with it. You're a thief, Esau. You're a thief, and everything you do is obtained in a vain fashion. And I have this precept. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay? So because you did things the wrong way, because you hurt our people, because you did things in vanity, then we're going to obtain the riches and the fatness of the earth in due time. While you people get put into slavery. And trust and believe, man, you Edomites and you heathens, you will get put into slavery. There's no hope for you people. There's no salvation for you people. So if any of you are watching, especially you Israelites that still want to hold on to this little false hope for whatever reason, you want to be a coon and you want to hold on to the heathens walking in the light, whatever the fuck that means.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
you're actually going
Weak
out.
ass spirit, man. Weak ass spirit.
Those people, you can't even get around those types of people, man.
That move in love.
Proverbs 17 and 15. Let's bring this up. Proverbs 17 and 15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. Okay? So these people, they're justifying the wicked, bro. They're, the Gentiles, you gotta be a little bit nicer and merciful to them. No, fuck you, bro. We don't give a fuck about the goddamn Gentiles, man. And when we're speaking about the Gentiles, speaking of that, the heathen Gentiles.
Yeah,
okay?
not the Israelite foreigner Gentiles.
Yeah, because they're Israelites can be actually called Gentiles, but they're actually by blood Israelites. The reason they were called Gentiles is because they took on the customs of the Gentiles. Okay.
Yep.
So you gotta understand that, but we're not here to justify the wicked, bro.
Yeah, but
these people, they don't understand, bro, that if you associate yourselves with these fucking people, you can get fucking cooked.
Yeah. Come on, you're around some guy. He takes you out to a dinner, steak dinner, and here he is. He's doing all these wicked things. He's stealing from people. He's scamming people. He's pulling licks.
He's just scamming a nigga for $50,000,
Yeah.
and then he gives you part of that money as a gift, and
Yeah.
nigga, if you're around these people, bro, like you're gonna get judgment too.
Yeah.
You know?
The Lord, you got to be very careful. The Lord, He'll judge you. He'll judge you for that.
I saw this one video. These two Jakes. This was a while ago. The dude probably owed him maybe like a few $100 at most. You know, there were some two drug dealers or whatever. They pretend to be UPS drivers, get into the dude's fucking house because the woman and the husband didn't want to give them money. Right? They kept asking for the money, held them at gunpoint. They didn't even want to show them where the money is. They just killed them, their whole fucking family. Just left the fucking kids alive. Everybody else, just fucking dead.
Yeah.
Just off them, one by one. Right?
Yeah,
We're going to a time where it's way worse. You're associated with these types of people. They don't. They might not care. You know, if you owe X, Y, and Z money, if you're not involved, if you're around these people, they'll off you too. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you're in the slightest vicinity involved.
You're just in the same house as them, and you're gonna get fucked.
You know, or you're their neighbor, and they saw you, one too many times with this person, walking with this person, going to an establishment. You don't think there's people watching? This is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? Yeah, so you gotta stay away from these dark ass people, these demons, man. They don't even believe in the same thing that you do.
Making like stupid fucking jokes, gay jokes.
Yeah, scoffing. When you mention even the slightest bit of the truth, then they scoff. Why do you even want to be around that? Honestly. Well, what's the benefit of that? Yeah, man.
I got Ecclesiasticus 13:1. He that touches pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. So if you touch pitch or like a tar, you basically get that on your hand, and it gets stuck on your fucking hand, and it takes a while to actually get rid of that.
Yeah.
So if you're around wicked people, right, you're gonna take on some of the things that they do. Even if it's just the way you speak or like the way the things that you do, whatever. You're gonna take on what they fucking believe and what their customs are, and it's gonna leach back onto you, and it's gonna be hard to get rid of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Gone.
Yeah. So you want to associate these yourself with these wicked people as well, and what they have. Even if they show that they have something for a little while, or they're making money or whatever the case might be, you already know that that's actually just a short-lived. Okay, that's a very short-lived thing.
I got this. This is Ecclesiasticus 11:21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. Right? So it's nothing for the Lord to just give some bread towards his son or his daughter. He sees that you're in a little bit of a tight situation, he gives you what you need. But really, these riches is going to be the riches of the kingdom that we're going to be able to inherit in due time if we are of that number. It's going to be beyond anything. King David said, I'd rather be a doorkeeper. If you're a doorkeeper in the kingdom of heaven, that is far greater than being the most richest man on the planet Earth. Seriously. I mean, it's incomparable. Because your life in the kingdom of heaven is going to be... It's not going to even compare. It's not going to even compare to the best day on earth.
When King Solomon was around, bro, everybody had they couldn't even tell who was basically the king, because everybody had gold. You know what I'm saying? And everybody had apparel that looked as similar to King Solomon's, right? So in the kingdom, bro, you even the lowest in the kingdom, man, is gonna have many different things, bro. In abundance. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
All right, that's all I got.
Yeah, so with that, Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson. We're going to give all glory and honor to
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders. I pray millstone and salutations select up there, feed the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai.